Evening and welcome to the Town of Auburn Planning Board meeting of Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. Now called to order at approximately 7:01 p.m. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast by local access programming. Is there anyone in the audience tonight that's recording the meeting? Having heard none, please rise and join us in the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we had a public hearing scheduled for 7:05 p.m. For Marie Baker requesting a special permit. But that meeting, I'm going to need a vote to accept the continuance on that, please.
I'll make a motion to continue to next week, 28th of June at 7 p.m.
7:05? 7:05.
7:05. Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Also on the second agenda that you received, the second item, applicant Robert Millett requesting a special permit. That appeared on this agenda in error. That is going to be, we're going to hear that on the June 28th meeting as well, so just to let you know about that. We're going to table the Whitetail Run performance guarantee and move on to Windmill Estates. Is there someone here for Windmill Estates?
Yeah, you just went to the bathroom.
Perfect timing.
I know, huh?
Do you have the Ashcraft, that we're gonna move Windmill up ahead of it, and then we'll talk about Ashcraft.
While we're waiting for the other part of the applicants, just to briefly discuss Whitetail Run. The owner and the proposed new owner for the subdivision haven't assembled the performance guarantee yet. They're hoping to have that finalized tomorrow and have it ready for the 28th meeting, so they asked the board if they would table this to the next meeting.
Who's the new owner?
The two gentlemen that were here last, one was the owner, the other one is proposed. It's
That's Jim's.
yeah, Paul Jim is looking to sell it to gentleman, Paul Ali.
This is me now.
Okay, John's back, we're ready to go.
Okay.
All right,
Sorry
we're
about
gonna-
that.
No worries. I'm gonna turn that over to you now.
Sure, I would just, through the chair, ask the applicant what the, looks like we have a request to release 4 lots from the subdivision, and just please describe what.
Yeah, basically what we're looking to do is just not specifically ask for releases, but Matt probably better to describe why we formally asked for releases because of the bylaw. Basically what we're looking to do is just be able to put in foundations, and we've specified 4 lots. 2 of the lots are sold, but they are also lots that we need to do grading on. Because the site is such a flat site, it's going to make it a lot easier and a lot more precise for us to be able to have the foundation in place while we're doing the other grading work and bringing fill in around it. So that's why we basically asked for releases on 4 of the lots. They're the lots
Makes sense
that,
to do it once and not twice.
in that too, you know, because otherwise, because the site does require fill, especially on the lots on the right-hand side, first couple of lots, and the lot on the left-hand side, being the lowest and the flattest. The foundation's basically almost going to be sitting on top of the ground that's up there now. So we have to basically fill up around it. And in order to try to pile fill somewhere, number one, it's just a logistics problem too, of where to pile it. Then we got to move it again. And also it's just easier and more precise to be able to have the foundation there and then do the necessary grading around it. So like I say, we're not, like I say, not specifically asking to be able to go, you know, beyond the foundation. It's just basically for the foundations. Before we start framing and doing any other additional work other than the actual utilities in the road, we'll get the base coat of blacktop. And then have the proper security in place and bond and all that at that time.
Matt, did you have something you want to add to that?
Sure, yeah, through the chair. Furthermore, in order to permit the developers to build the foundations and apply for building permits, to to construct the foundations, the lots need to be released in order to apply for permits. So that's the legality behind it, is to do the formal lot release on the 4 lots so we can apply for building permits for the foundations.
Yeah, because we can get a permit from the building department just for the foundation, and nothing beyond that.
Yeah. That sounds like it makes sense. Jim, did you have, Mr.
No,
Ross?
I don't, as long as, you know, as long as the bylaws are met. You know, and he says they are, so I don't have a problem with it.
How's the property still in your name?
Yes.
Okay.
Ronnie,
All
anything you
set.
had? All set? Okay. Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion, give them the releases.
Second?
Any further discussion? Matt?
Just to formalize the motion is to release lots 2, 5, 10, and 11.
And that did change, right? You had lot
Yes.
4, okay, so it's
Correct.
lot 2, okay.
So we have to put a stipulation in, Matt, that it's for foundations only?
You don't necessarily need to, because once it's released from the covenant, it's outside of our governance, so. But it would be to release, as Paul motion would be, it's 2, 5, 10, 11.
All right, so we clarified the motion. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, so and Sarah Strzina, through the chair, from the
Yep.
town clerk's office is here to notarize as the board signs the lot.
Okay, and you don't need MIDs, right? We've
Nope.
already been through that,
No, we
okay.
already know.
Should have a
You
spot.
guys
for
know what
your
you're signing. You're signing this of your own free will.
You first.
Yes.
Everybody's signing this. All right.
There should be a spot for your name.
Sign away.
Is it signed?
Can you remember this? You signed the papers. Yeah. Right, yeah, in recollection of the discussion. This is kind of, that's the, yes.
All right.
Come to me.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Matt?
Chair, I just want to let the board know, I did apply to become a notary and did get approval for that. It's just, I will be getting a stamp and an emboss in the future, so we don't have to request Sarah to come, although we love her here. It's, we don't need
My
to,
pleasure.
And we appreciate it very
Oh,
much.
No problem.
so that should be in a couple of weeks, I would hope. Come on the race. Amanda will make a copy.
Okay.
Bring the original back.
Yep. You guys are all set?
Thank you very
You're
much.
very
Thank
welcome. My pleasure. Enjoy. For the rest of your meeting.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Yes,
I
Matt.
just wanted to ask, while you guys are here, how's the project going?
Good. Going very well. We have a couple of units sold up there and have a lot of activity, a lot of interest in it.
What price range are in, John?
The first unit we sold is gonna be over 400
Wow.
because they're ordering one of the largest unit and quite a bit of
Upstairs, extra upstairs, all that.
Yeah, that-
Bedrooms, 4?
No, three bedrooms on this one. That's on the Murdoch model. And then we sold a Winslow model, which has one bedroom
One bedroom
downstairs.
downstairs, 2-car garage.
Yeah.
I think she did a finished loft with another bedroom upstairs too.
Well, good luck, John.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's gonna go well. It's gonna be a nice project for the town.
I saw the sign out front, it says Auburn's only 55 plus, how did it read?
Condominium.
Active
sorry.
adult
Yeah, active
condominium.
adult, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good, it's good marketing. It is, right now.
Yeah. And it's all about the marketing.
We do get calls and folks are asking about it all the time. About, the demand is incredible. People are dad going to the school study with JD. And knowing that there's a 200 something plus waiting list for Auburn Housing Authority, senior housing.
Yeah.
It's something the town really needs.
Well, a lot that affected that too was the all around veterans coming home. Those are a good first option too, so creates a backlog.
I just want to put the date on here. This just needs to be recorded just like the last time we went through this.
Okay, so, all right, Scott records this and then gets it back.
That's it.
Okay. All right,
All
Excellent.
right,
thank you very much.
Have a
Appreciate
good
it.
night.
Good night.
okay, 22 Ashcroft Street, request for special permit extension. Can you please come up to the table, introduce yourselves, please?
My name is Robert Nolet. I'm the one that's applying for the extension, and this is Mark Hughes, who's the homeowner,
Okay.
trying to build him a house.
Great. Okay, and then tell us a little bit about why you're here tonight.
When I came and applied for the permit, put everything in the building department, Matt noticed that we're getting close to the deadline on the existing approval for the special permit. So he suggested that I go for an extension first, just in case if it takes a little longer or whatever happens, that we're still approved. We didn't want to lose that privilege. So that's the reason we're here.
All right. Matt, we'll defer to you and let you...
Sure. Just to introduce the project to the board. This was a special permit for Hammerhead Lot approved by the planning board and received by the town clerk and recorded on September 14th, 2010. So typical special permits have a 2-year shelf life, but because this was approved between 2008 and 2012, the Permit Granting Extension Act gives it an additional 4 years. So that gives it the expiration date of September 14th, 2016. So that's why we're here today, and the applicant has requested the extension of the special permit, to which the board is within their authority to grant up to 6 months of an extension for the permit, which would grant the extension of 6 months depending on the board's motion from the date of the recording, which would carry it into, I think, March.
March.
So your house is gonna be the new one that you're proposing down, because at the end of Ashcroft, it drops down
Yes, sir.
considerably.
Mhm.
And then if you went to the right here, you come back out onto Berlin Street, right?
I apologize, I'm not familiar with that.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, there's no other streets about it.
I thought there was,
no,
It
but
was
if
like
you
a
went
dead
through,
end.
if you come down the end of Ashcroft, you're on that piece of land that's
Yeah.
down where it
yep,
drops.
yeah, it drops
Exactly.
down, yes,
If you
sir.
took a right out here, if you walk through the woods, you'd be on Berlin.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, and there
okay.
is another house somewhere over there,
Yep.
right?
And
Matt, Ron, one moment.
Just to clarify, that would actually
Yeah.
be, next door is Inwood Road, not Berlin Street. But that Sunset Ave on that plan doesn't exist, but if you were to go that way, you'd be on Inwood Road.
on Inwood, I'm talking about
Correct.
going over this way.
Berlin Street is, that's correct, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Do we
upside down
have,
from
do we
where
have
I'm
a
sitting.
picture? Relax. Do we have do we have a picture of it?
I will have that right for you. Sure.
Okay, all right, great. So,
Make a motion that we
Sure.
extend it for
So-
6 months.
Sure.
this is
Second.
some further discussion, further
For
discussion.
discussion, yeah, motion second. So the plan approved in 2010, I was trying to check the minutes on this. So here's the end of Ashcroft. There's a proposed driveway and a dwelling. This Sunset Terrace doesn't exist, it's a paper street. There's actually a driveway and a house right here. And you see the considerable grade here, et cetera.
It's about 25 feet down.
Easily.
Yeah.
So the applicant has filed an application for an Earthville special permit, which will be on our agenda on the 28th, as we discussed earlier. In addition to that, I guess I have a question for the applicant.
Sure.
I see the buffer zones on here and et cetera. Any idea if the previous owner had gotten approval from the Conservation Commission or?
I was told they have, but I haven't actually seen that piece of paper.
I would request, in anticipation of the first hearing for the Earthville permit, is to see, to make sure the commission was is all right with it, because I know I see, and my limited expertise, and I'm not a wetland scientist or anything, but I know that Dark Brook connects two larger bodies of water, and typically when that happens, you actually have a 200-foot buffer. So I see 100-foot buffers on here, but
That feeds into Lower Stoneville.
it connects Lower Stoneville to the reservoir, so
Something
it's
you
something
really
you may
wanna
want to explore
look
and
into.
provide further info to the board.
Ronnie and I were on the board when that happened, when that was approved.
Mm-hmm.
You were on there. This is Richard Lux's property.
That's correct, it was.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
And we were on the, and I do believe that they did go before the Conservation Commission. You can double check on that, but
Sure.
I don't think we would have issued
Mm.
the okay for a hammerhead lot at that time
Mm.
without them going to Conservation.
Sure, and
Again.
just to
sure,
respond,
yeah.
so in response, so there were 3 hearings on this in 2010. 2 of them never had minutes written or recorded.
Ah,
So I
okay.
can't tell what happened at those hearings.
I remember it
That
though.
makes it a little-
Yeah,
Right.
and the video is not even available because it's VHS, maybe.
We never recorded them back then.
Right, so it was only broadcasted live at the time, so I can't tell how it all went down, but assuming that the board had that and
Yeah.
to require conservation is exactly what I would expect. That's
It would be
good.
helpful for you to have that
Yeah.
information when you come back on the 28th.
Okay,
Okay?
especially considering Phil in the area.
Right.
How much is it, 2.66 acres?
Something like that, 2.6 something.
I believe it is.
There was no fill requests on that lot at the time we issued the hammerhead lot.
Right, so it's just a division.
Did they have frontage?
Yeah.
I mean, we must have talked about how they were putting the driveway down, because it's, you're gonna have a...
That's the issue, for that's the reason for the fill,
Or
yeah.
you're gonna
It
have
needs
to
to be
bank it in,
pretty lengthy to get it.
snake it, or
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly.
I have
It
a
was
drawing if
ample.
you want to see that.
There
Yep,
was ample frontage
Yeah,
to the back.
we'll take a look at that at
yep.
the next hearing as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, well, bring
I
it.
don't know if
Okay.
it's 39, 5,
Paul.
31.
No.
Paul.
It's explaining, that's okay.
Okay.
But, sorry, so from back to the matter at hand, the extension request for up to 6 months be considered while they're trying to obtain further permitting for the site. I think that's reasonable considering the deadline is coming up. This is, give them the opportunity to get any permits they need.
Great. All right, so the motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion, any other comments? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we'll see you on the 28th.
Okay.
Please come with as much information as possible.
Okay.
Anything else, Mitch?
Yes, I will draft a letter stating the board's vote, and I'll send it to you guys, so,
Beautiful.
so the extension is valid. I think at that time, the extension has to be recorded as well, but I'll send that out.
Okay, great. Thanks for all your help.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Take care.
Two. All right, well, that was quick. Master Plan Committee update, Matt?
Sure. The committee has just about wrapped up its
Chapter 2 analysis, which is the land use section. One of the things I wanted to introduce to the committee as part of this is there's a meeting on June 30th at the high school at 6:30. This is a Thursday, and it's with our consultant from a state grant that we received to discuss the Drury Square Overlay District and its civic revitalization, so to speak. But there's a workshop being held by a consultant which we have grant funds to do the work for, and I'd certainly like to be able to announce that to the public and certainly the members of the board for hopeful attendance of this and to provide insight on the Drury Square initiative. So the part of my master plan committee was mostly introducing that, as that's a key goal of the 2006 master plan, and based on the work that we're able to accomplish on the 30th, we could perhaps either accomplish that goal and not put it on the next plan because it's done, or not. So any insight that the board could provide on that would be great.
Okay.
Even if it's a thought that comes up today that I could pass on to them, that's great too.
And anybody can email you
Of course.
with thoughts or ideas.
Yes.
Okay, I know I'm not available on that date, but
Okay.
July, August meeting schedule. Matt?
I think you might like this. So, in reviewing some of the past meetings, over the last 10 years or so, trying to find information on certain projects. I've learned that the board typically, on more occasions than not, has only met once in July and once in August. So I was curious if the board would want to pursue that this summer,
Yes.
given the light agendas we've had the
Yeah,
last
we've
couple
had
of
some
meetings.
very light agendas, and typically, like you say, it takes you longer to get ready and prepared and come, and...
Right,
and
sets the
it's-
whole, the night's
Things are
gone.
canceled, and, yeah,
That
yeah.
people cancel and you
Yeah.
don't know until you walk in the door.
I mean, I would suggest that we take it slow if, in July, if the agenda's still as late as it is, and then take it as it comes in August. If we end up with quite a few items, which, who knows how that's gonna go.
And would we
then
go the
then we
fourth
revisit it.
Tuesday,
Yeah, then we revisit it for August and see what happens.
but go on the fourth Tuesday of each month?
So it would have been the 9th and the 19th, right, or the 5th,
It
no,
would've been-
12th and the 26th. So do we want to go to the 26th?
Hmm. In case something comes in, it'd give them a
Yeah,
month to
again,
get
if,
there.
26th. Jim?
Yep, I would almost recommend the 12th only, and I don't want to be the person to say that, but we do have this 310 Leicester, and we have the special permit coming in for earth fill.
I thought that was the coming in.
And that's on the 28th. So if we're, assuming we're able to close both those out, great, but that's in 2
Right,
weeks.
if not, then we'd bounce it up to the 12th, right? That's why I say it's really going to depend on how the next meeting goes before we can
Right,
make a determination as to which
No, we
date
can wait, I'm all right to wait.
and how
till
many,
then.
but
yeah.
I think that, I don't want to speak for you guys, but I think the general feel is that, that would be appropriate,
Right.
depending on the amount of hearings.
And it is something we could decide at the next meeting. It's just,
Okay,
I just wanted to introduce it as an idea.
all right, let's see how the next meeting goes, and we'll go from there. Additional content?
Yes, just one item. In response to a request made by Mr. Roth at the last meeting to look into the town of Millbury having paid their planning board members. I did learn the reason they're doing that is because their town planner had left, and they pursued a job in Groton, Mass. Groton, Mass.
Groton.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, in the interim, they're paying their planning board members until they can find staff.
And you need to tell me after
So they're
they get the
doing
town
more-
meeting member, they're gonna stop paying the planning board members?
I'm not sure
Ah.
what their plan is going forward, but they're doing it in the absence of a town
They are,
planner.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. I've got one thing to say before we leave. This will be my last night, I'm resigning, and, well, enjoy life, so this will be it. This young fellow over here can have my seat. How's that?
Thank you, thank you.
We don't want it.
What's that?
We don't want it.
Well, he's better looking.
We don't want you.
The farther I can be away from Ronnie, the better.
There you go.
Your seat will be over there.
Well, that's
Congratulations,
sad to
Jay.
hear, but at the same time,
Hey, listen.
happy for you, and,
6, 7 years, I'll be away half the year anyway, so,
yeah.
it's not fair to the board, actually,
I'm up to 17.
There you go. But anyway,
Well, thank you very
so
much.
this is, I'm just letting you know, so.
We've enjoyed your curmudgeonly approach, and
But one more year, you would have gotten the gold watch,
Go
right?
watch, yeah.
They
Giving
don't
up
give
early.
gold watches anymore, they give computers.
Yes, Cassie.
So,
yeah,
Adjourned.
certainly.
I just,
One other question, Matt. In the mall, they were gonna take that building off, I thought.
In
Where
January.
the thing is, somebody told me there's something else in there?
There is.
yeah, there's a temporary occupant in there now.
Oh, it's just temporary.
So we've been told.
They're still taking the building off and then gonna build a...
They haven't applied for demo yet,
Hmm.
but they do have 2 years to do that. But they haven't disclosed anything further other
And it
than it
makes
is
sense
temporary.
to, rent it out until, because Macy's pulled out, so,
Well, the Greendale
Bringing
place
in
is
some
going up
money.
at auction.
I heard.
That's what they're waiting for.
smart business. Matt, you had
I do-
something
I
you wanted to
just-
say?
It comes as a surprise that Mr. Arthur is leaving, but I just wanted to, on behalf of the town, thank you for serving the town in your capacity as a planning board member, and really appreciate the guidance and things that I've been able to learn in the short time working with you, but I'm sure we'll still see you around, I hope. But thank you.
Not in the winter.
I appreciate it, yeah.
You going down to ride go-karts on the track down there?
I heard about that today, this racetrack and stuff.
The minutes,
That is
no,
all that is left, yes.
all that is left. So entertain a motion to accept the minutes of May 24th, 2016 meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Any corrections, notations? Any further discussion?
Well, why don't you hit them with about
All those
20
in favor?
corrections?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll miss that, Jim.
Have a nice evening.
Have a nice life.
Okay, so there's no correspondence, and the next meeting is on June 28th. And so entertain a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Make that motion.
I knew, we adjourned.
He makes the last motion.
Okay.
Making the last motion, Jim?
Yes.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.